R.I.P. Now, we hear that war is in the air from the dancehall song of one of my favorite dancehall artists, Movado. But it appears that Ukraine is emboldened because it is reporting that Ukraine has struck deep into Russia territory and has Vladimir Putin has been informed about Ukraine's recent drone attack against Russia airbase. And the incident is being investigated, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said, according to the state-run news agency TASS. The operation conducted by Security Service of Ukraine, the SBU, June 1st reported it hit 41 bomber planes and other aircraft, inflicted what Kyiv claims is $7 billion in damage and disabling over a third of Russia's strategic bomber fleet. Peskov commented marked the first reaction by the Kremlin to the attack. Despite operation scales, Putin has not commented on it publicly. The president received information about the incident online, Peskov said. An investigation has been launched by the investigative committee. There was also a correspondent statement from the defense ministry. The Kremlin's mute response contrasts sharply with jubilant reaction in Ukraine, where officials described the coordinated drone strike as a major success. The SBU said 117 drones launched from a concealed truck position across Russia's territory simultaneously struck airfield in at least 4 regions, including sites thousands of kilometers in the from the Ukrainian border. The targeted airbase reported housed the Tu-95 and the Tu-22M3 bomber, key carriers of long-range cruise missiles used in Moscow airstrike on Ukraine city. The operation reportedly took 18 months to plan and was timed by the day of Russia's launch a wave of mass aerial assault on Ukraine, including a record-setting attack on June 2nd, killed and injured civilians. While the Kremlin remained restrained, some Russian pro-war commentators and propagandists have responded with fury. Some downplay the attack scale, while others call for nuclear retaliation or strike on NATO's airfield and respond to what they describe as a Western complicity. No NATO member state has confirmed involved in the Operation Spiderweb, and none of them will admit it because they know that Russia might touch them. Now, as we see, what has been going on is covert. Yeah. As the United States of America and Europe are using Ukraine to face off against Vladimir Putin and Russia and its massive fleet or arsenal of nukes. We all see what's going on. That it's the same game that's being played in the Gaza Strip. It's the same game being played in Palestine. As good cop, bad cop. As President Trump plays the good cop, Europe plays the bad cop. They're all in on it. As we all know that Russia have a mass over what they say 4,000 nuclear heads. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Because remember, Ukraine had Chernobyl. They had a nuclear reactor explosion already. And we don't want to have these kind of situation again, as Vladimir Putin has displayed extreme restraint. Because remember, the Nord Stream pipeline, yes, taken out. Bridges to Moscow, yes, taken out. And there are about 14 bridges connecting Ukraine. And Russia have not taken out any of them. As you see, the drone technology, low cost, low visibility, difficult to be detected by radar, is the new wave of war. So I want people to understand what's really going on. This war can reach to anyone now, any shores, because it's obvious that NATO, the EU, the United States are complicit on attacks on Russia. And we all know the rebuttal. Yeah, Russia attacked Ukraine, but there have been many, many chances for peace talk, and every time there about to be a peace talk or peace agreement, Ukraine escalate the situation, just like in Palestine, when there's going to be a peace talk with the Palestinians in Gaza, Israel escalate. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the brink of something big. So I'm telling all my friends and families abroad, make sure that your passport's up to date. Make sure that your papers are good. I'm researching mines right now to make sure I can move. Right now, I'm chilling in Florida. So don't think that I am safe. And don't think that I'm not looking out for myself. And I'm telling you, Russia and Ukraine war is going to heat up before it cools off. Like Bob Marley said, yes, until the philosophy that holds one man superior, there's always going to be war. And it appears that the philosophy and the ideologies of Europeans is to see who can win the sky, the earth, and the sea. And many will have to perish in these battles. But me I tell me people them stay out of it. Stay out of it. Because this is just a strategic theater. Because the whole game is to practice with each other. No governments are enemy. The only enemy of the government are the people. They're just in a shadow boxing mood. No government officials are losing their lives in these battles. It's just innocent children that they are taking off the street, conscripting in Ukraine. And right now, because Russia is under attack, just like America with 9/11, many people are running to sign up for the Russian army. And we're hoping that cooler heads will prevail as Vladimir Putin remains silent. And Vladimir Zelensky is being urged, being puppetized, being encouraged to continue the decimation and destruction of his country. Because if Russia and Putin decide to push the button, I don't think anyone can do nothing. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari Soldier here of Deep Roots TV. Hit that red subscribe button. Leave your comment on this one. Let me know what these people want. Why they continue to destroy Mother Earth. Why they continue to push mankind to the brink of destruction. Why are they so power and control hungry? What's their point? What's their solution? Well, Bob Marley tell you, the only solution they're working towards is total destruction. Jaja. And there's no way nobody can stop them now. Because there's no one with the moral fortitude that could match them with their firepower. And as they prove over and over, might is right, despite. And I have to do as they say and not as they do, because they have amassed a gang, a rulership, an arms race to accumulate control over people, regions, countries, continents. And it's a shame in this world, as you see it plainly in your eyes. You have to lie to survive? Well, not I and I, because Babylon system is a fraud. And as they perpetuate illegality on humanity, not on individual. Because when you're looking for human crimes, when you're looking for things like crimes against humanity, I could not imagine dishing out this kind of brutality as they make their tanks and guns and bombs to destroy humans, to destroy people. They're making machines to go up against human beings. So as you tell, they're talking about technology, it's not to better people. Technology is here to control you and me. So as you see, they fight their war games. They're in their theater. We're just a pawn in their games. So as I am worried about the escalation of their war, nobody not going to stop them now. Because as you see, most of these world leaders are drunk off their power. Their narcissistic greed and love of control has overshadowed whatever slight amount of humanity that's left in their bones. As Donald Trump is the same warmonger as Joe Biden, and as they turn a blind eye on certain people that don't look like them, and as they finance their corporations to send bullets and tanks and planes and ships to take lives of innocent people, history record. And as they come up with their tactics to burn the books and switch us on social media to try to behavior modify us, have us communicate with machines, Jah don't sleep. Because karma is a bee. And as it goes around, it comes around. I don't think they have these social media here for us to communicate. They have these social media to monitor our talk, monitor our walk, monitor our thoughts. Families and friends, if you have not seen Minority Report, watch it. The evil that we see before our eyes is unfathomable. It's unfathomable. Excuse me. It's unbelievable. Incredible. But the reality that the evil we don't see in front of our eyes quadruple, quintuple, is 1,000,000 times worse. They say we are free. They say we are free, but they control us with their armies and their money. You don't see? They say you have the right to speak freely, but you have to be careful on their social media. They say they have the right to go where you want to, But without the right documents, you're a criminal. Families and friends, I suggest you get close to your irata, your creator. I suggest you get close to your country. We continue to migrate to different countries and continue to be used as they manipulate our mind. Yeah, it's all a behavior modification time. The social media training you not to tell the truth. Welcome to deep roads because of that Rasta speak. Europeans has been decimating, annihilating humanity for years on top of century. And as someone speak against them, not fight, just speak against them, they try to cover your mouth. If you look over to them poke out your eye. You say, ow, that hurts. Me feel it for the people them. Them say, you can't feel. Imagine, in the United States of America, you have the president funding 2 different wars overseas. None of them authorized by Congress. We're spending billions, hundreds of billions on unaliving women, children, and people that don't want to fight. And all the United States have to do is to turn off the money. Stop it. But you see what they do? They instigate and take the population for a bait. They instigate and wash their hands of it. The land of the free, the home of the brave, has become the land of the freaks and the home of the slaves. The people are afraid to speak out. The people are afraid to boycott and protest. They're being manipulated and controlled by different countries' government, because for Ukraine to be the number 2 most corrupted country, the last 5 to 10 years ago was listed as the number 2 most corrupted country. And America is in bed with them. Russia say they're on a mission to denazify Ukraine, and America wants to keep them in power. America promotes them, back them, defend them. Canada bring them to Canada and give them awards. What kind of world are we living in? And we say we are the good guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the eyes don't lie. There's been many opportunity for peace. And I see who is the beast. Unfortunately, we are in the belly of the beast. And I was told, when you find your hand in the lion's mouth, take your time and take it out. But Ukraine attack on Russia is unprecedented. And as they destroyed multiple, as you heard, they said 41. I thought it was 41 bombers, nuclear carrier bombers. So when Russia retaliate, you will hear everybody saying that Putin is this monster. But when Joe Biden assisted Ukraine in destroying the Nord Stream pipeline, when they assisted at the attack on the club, because these are all agent doing. No one would do that other than insurgents. When they blow up the bridges, Russia have not done anything that you see would be frowned on. So when they say Putin is a madman, I beg to differ. And what I love about time, it reveals the truth, because that's the master. Time reveals the truth. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari, so that you have Deep Roots TV. Thank you for tuning into the Rastaman channel, reporting live. Ukraine escalates the battle against Russia as Ukraine attacks Russia in an unprecedented drone attack, attacking their nuclear aircrafts. It's being reported that right now Putin have not responded, but it's being reported that this operation took 18 months to plan and was timed just days after Russia launched a wave of massed aerial assault on Ukraine, including a record-setting attack on June 2nd. Now also, there was a meeting between Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump. Supposed to be peace talk. Like I said, every time Russia comes to the table to negotiate peace, Ukraine escalate. Now it's being said that Vladimir Putin had a good conversation with Donald Trump, and it was said that Vladimir told Trump that there has to be retaliation. And it was said allegedly that President Trump responded that he understands. So as the United States seems to be speaking out two sides of their mouth, they're saying that they're not in the war, they want the war to end, but they're strengthening the war. And it's a shame that the American people just elected Donald Trump to stop the war, and all they have to do is cut off the money. But if Donald Trump do that, they will run up to Congress and says that Congress have the power of the purse. I don't know what kind of system is this. The United States of America backing multiple wars. You are going to financing the unaliving of Russians and Ukraine because they're putting fuel on the fire. What's going on? It's insane. Leave your comment on this one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rastafari, soldier of Deep Roots TV. Do you think Vladimir Putin should put down the hammer on Ukraine? Or is that what they're looking for, to escalate this to another level so NATO could jump in and all the world can gang up on Russia? Because that's what they're looking for all the world to gang up on Russia. Families and friends, I have skin in the game. Right now I'm in America, but I don't like bull. I don't like bullies. If you can negotiate and prevent the unaliving of many youths, do it. And stop twiddling your thumb. Stop faking it out. Stop allowing these rich bureaucrats and corporate people to make money off of the backs of these young youths. Because all they're doing is creating machines to take people's lives. And that's why you see they have this relationship with all these universities. Because the university students are the ones that are developing these technologies. Yeah. And passing it on to the military industrial complex, where they then turn them into unaliving machines, bring them out to the theater, and they have to test them. So they use Ukraine and the Gaza Strip and places like that to test their unaliving machine. It's a shame what's going on in the world today. It's a shame. Because Vladimir and Trump and Biden, none of them have skin in the game. None of them have children in these battlefields or these hot points. None of them will go close. All they could do is give their cheap words of empathy, which they cannot really empathize with what's going on because they don't know what it means to be in the battlefield. They don't know what it means to be a soldier. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari, soldier here of Deep Roots TV. Leave your comment on this one, ladies and gentlemen. As Ukraine escalate the war, And Donald Trump and Vladimir spoke to try to attain a peace deal, but not at this time. Not after you fly over and damage 41 of my new bombers. You must be out of your mind. So we are all bracing for a stern arm to drop on Ukraine from the Russians. So when that does happen, you will hear the mainstream or the lamestream media run out and start shed holy tears. But you not hear them a cry for the Russians. I man not cry for no boy in no suit. Yeah, me a cry for the youth, them in the khaki suit. I just should look at youth, them a get unalive. I think we never put out the politician them on the battlefield and make them go and go fight. And whoever win, yeah, you roll. More life, more joy. You know, Sister Babylon take with a fall. More happiness. You stay blessed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rastafari Soldier, you have Deep Roots TV. Give thanks and praise for the families. Zin,